This is WAEC June 2020 General Mathematics Paper 2, and we are answering question number 2A. And the question says, given the formula P equals to open bracket. Inside the bracket, you have a fraction. The denominator is RK over Q minus MS, close the bracket, and the bracket raised to the power of 2 over 3. The two questions asked here is Roman 1. You are asked to make it Q the subject of the relation, that is Q subject of the formula. And Roman 2, you are asked to find the correct two decimal places the value of Q when P is 3, M is 15, S is 0.2, K is 4, and R is 10. So let's attempt to answer this very question together. What you do first is to copy down the given formula. The formula says P equals to open bracket. Inside the bracket, you have a fraction RQ over Q, then minus MS, then close the bracket, and that bracket has power 2 over 3. So to make a Q subject, you can see Q is inside the bracket, which means you have to try to dissociate each and every operation attached to this Q. So what you do first is to cancel out this power 2 over 3. Power 2 over 3. To clear this power, you now take power to both sides of the reciprocal of 2 over 3. 2 over 3, it is reciprocal, would now be 3 over 2. So taking power to both sides of 3 over 2 will now clear this to 2 over 3. So taking the power to the left-hand side, you now have P raised to the power of 3 over 2 equals to, then the power to that right-hand side, that power 2 over 3 multiplied by power 3 over 2. The 2 over 3 and 3 over 2 now change it to 1. So you just have RK over Q minus MS. This is what you have inside the bracket. And that bracket raised to the power of 1 because 2 over 3 multiplied by 3 over 2 now changes to 1. So we continue. So next is take this MS to the left-hand side. The minus MS now becomes plus MS. So you now have P raised to the power of 3 over 2 plus MS equals to RQ all over Q. Next is to cross multiply. That is Q multiplied by this P raised to the power of 3 over 2 plus MS. And RK multiplied by 1 at the bottom of this left-hand side. So you now have Q into P raised to the power of 3 over 2 plus MS equals to RK. Remember, it's Q that we wanted to make a subject, so which means I'll divide both sides by this very bracket. So divide the left-hand side by the bracket, you enable you to get to Q by the left alone, and dividing RK by P raised to the power of 3 over 2 plus MS, you now have RK all over P raised to the power of 3 over 2 plus MS. This is now Q subject of the formula or subject of the relation. So question Roman 1 has now been answered. We move to question Roman 2, that we asked to find the value of Q. Correct two decimal places, but the P is now 3, M is 15, S is 0.2, K is 4, and R is now 10. So substituting in this formula for Q, the values given, you now have Q equals to 10. That is the value of R, multiplied by 4, the value of K, all over 3 raised to the power of 3 over 2. This 3 is the value of P in the formula, plus 15 multiplied by 0.2. 15 is your M and 0.2 is your S. So now simplify this right-hand side. 10 multiplied by 4 gives answer 40. 15 multiplied by 0.2 give answer 3. And 3 raised to the power of 3 over 2 gives answer square root of 3 raised to the power of 3. The power here 3 over 2. The denominator gives you the root, while the numerator gives you the power. So we continue. Copying the denominator 40. Square root of 3 raised to the power of 3. That is square root of 27. Gives the result of 5.1961. Copy the plus 3. So next is to divide the 40 by the result of this 5.1961 plus 3. So adding 5.961 plus 3, use that result to divide 40. If you do that correctly, it gives you 4.88 rounded to 2 places. So the value of now Q is now going to be 4.88 when P is 3, M is 15, S is 0.2, K is 4, and R is now 10. And that answered this very question. So let me just share with you quickly the mark distribution for this very question as it is there in the marking scheme. So the very first mark is method 1 mark. And this method 1 mark attempted to make a Q subject of the formula. What you did first to clear that power 2 over 3. By taking it to both sides power 3 over 2, you have this method 1 mark. The next mark is cross multiplying, still in attempt to make a Q subject. When you now cross multiply and have this Q into P raised to the power 3 over 2 plus MS equals to RQ, you have this method 1 mark. And when you were able to make Q subject of the formula and you have RQ all over P raised to the power 3 over 2 plus MS correctly, you have this accuracy 1 mark. The next mark is substituting the value of P, M, S, K, and R in the formula for Q correctly, you have this method 1 mark. And simplifying up to the end, you have the value of Q as 4.88. Rounded exactly to 2 places, it gives you this accuracy 1 mark. So in total, this question number 2, it has 5 good marks if everything is correct.